So here we are now in the compost room. This is where all of the waste from the building comes and is composted here on site so that we're not losing all that nutrient. And it's also, while we're talking about water, the biggest single way that we save water in this building is because of our composting toilets. Toilets are the biggest water users in almost any building. Conventional toilet uses anywhere from 1, if it's super efficient, to 3 gallons of water. Our toilets use 3 ounces of water per flush, so that's a dramatic difference, about 95% less water per flush. And they just use a foam flushing agent, which uses a little bit of water and a biodegradable soap to kind of coat the plumbing, keep everything clean and kind of moving along in the system. And yeah, other than that, it's very simple. These tank receptacles are lined with wood shavings at the bottom, and then once a month the material gets raked a little bit until it's flat, and then more wood shavings get added on top. And the material just gets broken down by worms and bacteria that live in here. And we've had this in operation for 9 years now and still have not had to empty it. It's probably full to around here. They have the same units at the Bronx Zoo at one of their facilities, and they get a ton of foot traffic, and after 10 years they still hadn't had to empty theirs. So the efficiency of the microorganisms that live in there is pretty remarkable. But once it does have to be emptied, this front hatch, everything kind of moves this way, and the oldest material, so the stuff that's 9 years old, by the time we empty it, probably 10 or 12 years old, is down at the bottom. It's very well broken down. It's essentially just dirt with some wood shavings mixed in. And we would empty that and probably apply it to landscaping after it's been tested for pathogens and certified as safe to apply. So yeah, you can take a peek inside. Some cobwebs and wood shavings essentially. It's a little damp at the bottom. You'll notice there's a sump pump back this way. So all of the liquids that make their way to the bottom of the tank get pumped out into our wastewater treatment system in the hillside and treated that way. And other than that, there's a fan that pulls a vacuum on these. So any bad smells just go out to the roof and they don't make their way up into the bathrooms. It's a high efficiency fan, doesn't use a whole lot of energy. A little bit of water is added to keep the moisture level so the worms and the bacteria are happy in these receptacles here. But that's just a very tiny amount. And that's pretty much it. Pretty simple system. These were manufactured by Clevis Multrum, they're kind of the originators in the composting toilet market in the United States here. Yeah, that's where we got our units. So, composting toilets.